Hey, hi all. So, hope you are enjoying this Playwright series. And today in this video, I am going to explain you about a new topic in Playwright, which is, we haven't seen in any other automation tool. That is like saving authentication state. Okay, so basically, we can reuse our login part in multiple tests. So we just have to log in once and then our test should run from that place where the login happens. So let's say you logged into application and the home page displays, and then next time when you are entering the URL for like where your home page should be displayed. I mean there should be a URL for home page, right? So slash home, something like that. So when you hit that URL in the browser, it should be directly logged in, not like you have to again re-log in and then you can enter to the. That should not happen. So basically, what I want to explain you is like here. This is the Internet Heroku app login page. So if I go to, if I log in with username and password, you can see it's okay. I gave some wrong. So now if I hit login, you can see this logout button comes. So and it is saying like you logged into a secure area, right? Now let take this URL and again here hit it. So you can see because browser is automatically save the authentication state right now, right? But in automation, when you relaunch a new test with this secure test, this URL slash secure, it will not be like that because let me open in incognito and let me show you. See, it's redirecting to login URL, right? So it's saying you must log in to view the secure area. So that's why we have to save this authentication state like browser does, right? Browser automatically does it, but we have to do it using automation. So let's try that with this application only. Okay, so let me close it and it's fine. Let me go to the PyCharm and here I am creating a new package. It's let's say it's called as um, save or reuse auth. Okay, so we just created this package and within that let's create a new contest file. So contest.python because we need it because we are using Pytest, right? And next I will be using another Python file which should be like test authenticate login or test reuse login. Okay, so this is just test class or sorry test file and here is the contest file. So basically contest is required to reuse your common scenarios, so common part, right? So let's do it from scratch. So let's let me okay. So hmm, okay, so let me log in with the application. So for that we can generate like the template. So playwright code gen and now hit this one. No, not this one. It should be login. And so here it's something is happening. Okay. okay, leave it. Maybe because I'm not okay, leave it. It's fine. So let's create the login part. So we can automate it directly. I mean, let's take this template only. So let's put it Pytest one and let take it, or let's take the Python one only because we need we'll later convert it to the Pytest one. Hmm, okay, so okay, so this is our test. So first test should be test 01. What we'll be doing here, we'll be just log in, and then it should show the logout button. Okay, that's the validation. So test 01 login successful. Okay, so or maybe we can validate with the two tests we need it. Okay, basically. So here we are doing it, and this part is fine. So after that, we have to log in, right? So let's take the username. So the username is okay. Leave it. Close it. So this is the ID. I'm taking the ID, and here I'm putting it page dot locator, and let's give the ID and dot fill, and let's pass this Tom Smith. Remove the space and page dot locator, and here the password should be ID again, and dot fill, and then we need to pass this super secret password. Okay, and next we need to click on this login button. So let's inspect it, and okay, so the button type equals to radius, so slash slash button, and at the type equals to submit. Okay, so we can take it and page dot locator and put it in double quote dot click. So we have automated the login part, and now let me log in. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are validating this message. Okay, so it is finished flash success. So let's okay, so under div tag, right? So we can do like id equals to flash. So dash dash div or hashtag id hashtag flash. Okay, so this is also work, and let's do that. And here page dot locator has flash dot text content. Okay, so it's the text content, or we can take uh, we can take inner text also. but that's fine. I mean, whatever you like, you can take it. So let's take the inner text only. Dot inner text. Okay, so this should be our success message, right? So success message. Okay, so this is the success message we received, and let's print it in the console. Okay, and also let's validate, put an assertion, assert success message. Uh, so what will be asserting, like you are logged in into the secure area. This message should be there in the success message, right? So this in success message, right? So this is our assertion. Okay, now let's copy it and create. Yeah, we'll convert it to the Pytest as well, so don't worry. And so here, what we are doing, we in the test02, that is login success, and after login, it should log out. Okay, so login, log out. So in both the scenario, we have login part is common, right? Here we are just validating login success, and here doing login logout. So after doing this login, we don't need it now. So let's delete it, and let's page dot locator, and we need to inspect this logout button. So this is the logout button, and let's inspect it. So uh, slash slash I text equals to logout. Okay, so it should be something like this, and we have to log out, right? And we have to go here. So we need to give slash parent colon colon a. So we got the logout button, and here it is, and let's put it again, double quote, and dot. We need to click on it, right? Yeah. So after that, it should come here, right? So logged out from the secure area. Let's capture it, and let's. So this is again ID flash, so we can take help from the above one. So here we can take it. So here the message should be different. So logged out, you logged out from secure area, right? So that's it. Okay, so we have automated two tests here, and so this is not a Pytest test, so this is just a simple Python test, right? So let's and here test login, test logout, right? Okay, now let's convert it to the Pytest, right? So to convert it to a Pytest, what we have to do, this is all fine, right? But here we need to use a fixture, okay? Or what we can do, we can directly use the page context. That is also fine. Okay, so let's convert it. So we have already used in the Pytest framework. So let's take the reference from there only. So what we are doing, we are using this kind of syntax. I mean, we are using the fixture. So let's do that, and move it to the okay. So here we should give the um, fixture, right? And also this is none, this is fine, so we need to give the fixture. And so let's create the com test. So what we'll be doing, we'll be putting the common part in the com test. Okay, so uh, so take the reference from the com test, so we will be using this one. Only this part is fine, take it, and here we'll be placing it. So we have imported, and this is our setup tear down. So and this is our common part, right? So here what we'll be doing, we have to take the page fixture, right? We have already given the page one, and here from this part is common, and this part we do not need as of now, right? So we can just put it, yeah, this part only. So this is the common part in both the test, and we'll use it here, right? And why it is giving error? And here we'll be yielding yield page. Okay, so and this setup tear down we should use in the in here, and also here. And let's remove this two part, and this also, and also remove this comment out, this common part, right? And this one, this is the common part, so we have removed it. So so here page is giving red because page is not there right yet, so we have to give this page equals to this setup teardown, because this is holding the reference, right? So if you come here, you can see this setup and teardown is coming from this com test, right? And this com test is a fixture. Sorry, this contest, I mean, this setup and teardown is a fixture. So we have defined a fixture Pytest as the fixture, and here it's returning this or yielding this page object. Okay, so we got it, and this part is also we do not need, so we can remove it. And here also we need to do the same thing, page equals to setup and tear down, right? Now let's execute it. Okay, now let's see whether it's working or not. So we have to go to this reuse authentication state, reuse auth, and now we can give pytest -s and dash dash headed, and we can execute this test reuse login. So it collected two items, and it's launching internet Heroku application, it's logging in, and the next one it's the logout part, and both the test failed. Great, so we can take a look why it is failing. Okay, there is two double flash, that is why it is failing, so we need to remove it, and here as well. Okay, now let's re-execute it. Okay, so two passed as you can see, and it's correctly working. So we are good. We have just designed our test, I mean, which we can use. I mean, this is just two tests we have uh, created in Pytest, right? And now what we'll be doing, so basically we have to uh, we do not want it to re-log in both. Maybe there can be three tests, right? So in both three tests we have to re-log in this. I do not want to log in every time, whenever every test starting, it is logging in, right? So I do not want that. I want login just one time. So what we'll be doing here, we'll be creating one context. Okay, so it should create one context. That context we'll use in the setup tear down here. Okay, so let me explain you, let me show you, you will be able to understand properly. So okay, so let's define one method, create browser context. Okay, so we are creating a browser context method, and which is um, it should be, I mean, we have to go above. Okay, so we are creating the browser context, so will be, let me give it none and put it here. And here we'll be using Pytest fixture because it is not, we'll be using the browser context, right? So we cannot use the I mean function scope, so we have to use session scope here, right? So scope equals to session, and we have to go, and we have to start, we will not be starting from page round, we'll be starting from here, directly from this part. So let's take it. So okay, and this playwright is should be coming from here, right? So we need to pass the playwright, and also we need to check, uh, just a moment, let me check the context file here. Yeah, so we're passing playwright, yeah, fine. So so just reformat it. So we are taking, I mean, this is a playwright fixture it's using. So first playwright, after that it should be like the browser, then the context, then page is coming, right? So there are the several layers. So we are in the top layer. So we are in the playwright first. So after that, from the playwright, we are creating the browser. From the browser, we are creating the context. From context, we are creating page. That's way it is happening, right? Now we got our browser here, and next we're creating context, and then we're creating page, right? And after that, what we'll be doing, we'll be taking this part from here and putting it here, right? So we just logged in here, and now what we'll be doing, we will be yield the context. Okay, and after yielding the context, let's give some time dot slip, just to show, I mean, we should give some time also, like, I mean, it's not required, but we are giving for demo purpose. Okay, now what we are doing, so we are creating the context. So in the during creation of the context, we are logging in here, and after that we are returning this context. So here, this is now is the, I mean, it would be in the function scope, right? And here we'll be getting the context. So this should be the context. So here, create browser context will be taking. Okay, and now here, so context equals to create browser context. And here, what we'll be doing, so we got the context, right? So from context, we'll create context dot new page, sorry, not create page, that is a new page. So context dot new page is equal to page, right? And here what we'll be doing, we'll be going to because now up to this here it is already logged in, right? Here we are already logging in, so we do not need to log in here. So we will directly navigating to the secure page, right? And after that this part is also not required because we already logged in. Now we should be in the logged in state, right? And here we are building the page. Okay, and after building the page, let's give some, or it is not required actually. Why we are giving, we can give some slow motion, right? And for demo purpose, right? So I hope you are able to understand what is happening here. So basically from test views login, we do not have to do anything, we do not need to do any change, right? So it's basically first it come in the test 01 login success, then it will see there is a fixture. So it should go to the contest now. In the contest, it says here is the setup tear down, but it's also again calling another fixture, that is create browser context. So it will come here, and from here it will just execute the steps. After this, it will return the context, and here we'll get the context, that is the logged in context or the saved context, right? And from this context, we are creating the page, and we are navigating to the secure page. And from there, it will start executing this part. I mean, it will just get the inner text of the success message, and here also it will do the same step. Now let's log in and see what is happening. Okay, I have to give some delay, right? So in the next run, I will be doing it. So you can see this is logged out. I mean, this is logged in already, right? Okay, one failed, one passed. Let's see what is happening. We'll identify it. So, so it's okay. So basically, it's not giving you inner text success message. So we are not getting the success message, maybe, right? Okay, what is the reason? Let's identify it. Okay, basically maybe it's already let's do it here. So if I now refresh it, it's coming here, right? So let me log in with Tom Smith again, and here if I refresh it, you can see because that message is I mean not like it will not be there first time when we will when we will log in, that message should be shown, right? And the next time it is not logging in, so basically we cannot validate it in the next URL. So what we can do, uh, basically the first test list, let just a moment. Sorry, so this one. Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to, this is fine, this is clicking on the logout button and it is logging out, right? But here we are not, I mean, we should not use this one. So basically what we can do, we just let's verify whether the logout button is present or not. That's it. Okay, so for that we can again take this logout locator and validate whether that is present or not. So let me give a comment, and so log out, this is the logout button, and here we are asserting is logout visible. is visible. Okay, so I think that will work because that message is not there, right? When you are logging in the second time. So what is happening exactly? First, in the com test, first it is logging in here. Okay, after that it returning this context, and it's again creating a new browser context here in the new, sorry, not browser context, it is again creating a new page. So that page you can see it's going to the next page. So I will tell you, let me give some slow motion and explain you. Dash slow motion equals to 200, 2000 milliseconds. Okay, 2 seconds will wait after each access. So basically now it's logging in. Okay, this is from doing from the com test, create browser context. So you can see two passed, right? And it was very fast, so we could not see anything. So what we can do, um, after this we can give some delay. So time dot sleep 3 seconds. Okay, now execute it. So it's logging in, and so so you can see like it passed, right? And it's still we cannot see anything properly. So here gives a delay of 5 seconds, and after here also give a delay of 5 seconds. So first it is logging in from the browser context creation. Now it's here. You can see it's already logged in, right? And here also it's logged in. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand it, what is happening. So we are using this browser context, okay, for saving this authentication state. We are not using any file. I mean, this is like, I mean, directly we are, because it's the same context, right, which you have already logged in, and you are reusing that same context to create a new page from that context. And that is why it is not requiring any kind of extra login. I mean, we do not have to log in again. But here, if it is in this new page, if you use a different context, not the same one, okay, if you use a different context like this one, browser.new context, then it will not work. Then it will be like it will ask you to log in again. Okay, so I hope it is clear now, and I think the video is getting lengthy, so I will stop here. And there is another thing I want to show you, that is like how to use authentication state using storage file, that I'll be covering in the next video. So in today's video, we learned about how to automate logging in, and how to reuse authentication state using browser context. This two part is done. Okay, so please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know if you have any query.